You won't be able to buy or sell without it. A new global financial system is being rolled out, and it fits the description of the mark of the beast with terrifying accuracy. In the book of Revelation, chapter 13, the Apostle John describes a final global system of economic and religious control under the authority of a figure known as the Beast, or the Antichrist. This system is enforced by a second figure, the false prophet, who causes the world to worship the beast. And then comes the most famous and chilling prophecy in the entire book. He causes all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and slave, to receive a mark on their right hand or on their foreheads, and that no one may buy or sell except one who has the mark or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. For nearly 2,000 years, this prophecy has been the subject of intense speculation. What is this mark? How could such a system possibly be implemented on a global scale? What was once the stuff of science fiction is now becoming technologically feasible. As world leaders and central banks openly push for a new kind of global digital currency, the framework for the prophesied mark of the beast system is being constructed right before our eyes. The low, pervasive hum of massive server farms processing trillions of transactions represents the heartbeat of a new financial beast. The world is on the cusp of a financial revolution. For decades, the talk of a cashless society has been growing. But now it is accelerating with the development of central bank digital currencies, or CBDCs. Unlike cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin, which are decentralized, a CBDC is a digital version of a nation's fiat currency, issued and controlled directly by the central bank. According to the Atlantic Council's CBDC tracker, over 130 countries, representing 98% of the global GDP, are now in various stages of exploring, developing, or launching a CBDC. This is not a fringe conspiracy theory. It is a publicly stated goal of the world's most powerful financial institutions. The proposed benefits are efficiency, transparency, and financial inclusion. But the potential for control is absolute. A CBDC would give governments a direct, real-time view into every single transaction made by every single citizen. They would have the power to track your spending, tax you automatically, and even program your money, restricting what you can buy and when. If you dissent from the government's narrative, they could simply turn off your access to your funds with the flip of a switch. This move from physical cash to a purely digital government-controlled currency is the necessary first step for any system where people can be prevented from buying or selling. Cash is anonymous and uncontrollable. A CBDC is the opposite. It is the perfect tool for a totalitarian regime. How does this connect to the biblical mark of the beast? The prophecy states that the mark will be required to participate in the economy. In a world dominated by CBDCs, being excluded from the digital financial system would be an economic death sentence. You wouldn't be able to buy food, pay rent, or earn a living. The pressure to conform, to accept the new system and whatever conditions are attached to it would be immense. The technology to implement the mark itself is also rapidly advancing. The prophecy speaks of a mark on the right hand or forehead. For years, people speculated this could be a tattoo or a barcode. Today, technologies like RFID microchips and injectable quantum dot tattoos are no longer theoretical. These can be implanted just under the skin and can store vast amounts of data, including your financial, medical, and personal identification records. They can be scanned at a checkout counter or a security checkpoint, seamlessly linking your physical body to your digital identity. You can almost feel the slight sting of a needle, a tiny device being implanted that holds the key to your entire existence, your money, your identity, and your freedom. The convergence of these two streams of technology, a programmable global digital currency and implantable human microchipping technology, creates the perfect infrastructure for the mark of the beast system. The former provides the centralized control over who can buy and sell, while the latter provides the convenient biometric mechanism for enforcement. One is the cage, the other is the key. But the mark of the beast is more than just technology. It is a system of worship. Revelation 13 is explicit that receiving the mark is an act of allegiance and worship to the beast. In the midst of this technological and economic control, there will be an associated spiritual demand. The final global system will not be neutral. It will be anti-Christ. It will require a pledge of loyalty to a human leader who claims to be God. To accept the mark will be to reject the true God and to worship the beast. This is why the consequences for taking the mark are so severe. Revelation 14 warns that anyone who receives the mark will drink the wine of God's fury and will be tormented with burning sulfur in the presence of the holy angels and of the Lamb. Taking the mark is an eternal decision, a point of no return. Is the new global currency the mark of the beast? Not yet. A CBDC is not the mark, and a microchip is not the mark. They are the technology, the infrastructure, the plumbing that makes the mark possible. The mark itself will be implemented during the reign of the Antichrist in the tribulation period, and it will be intrinsically linked with the worship of him. The true sign of the times is not the existence of the technology itself, but the speed and enthusiasm with which the world is embracing a system of total surveillance and control. We are witnessing the construction of a prison for humanity, and people are being told it is for their own safety and convenience. The stage is being set. The props are being moved into place. The infrastructure for the final global system of control is being built. The choice that will one day face every person on earth, to worship God or the beast, to accept God's seal or the beast's mark, is drawing nearer. Now is the time to decide where your ultimate allegiance lies. If you want to continue to understand the prophetic signs that are converging in our time, subscribe to this channel and enable notifications. You need to see what's coming next.